episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Buns. If you don't know me, I'm the author of How to Write a Story, which is out now on Amazon. It's where I take you from the beginning of your story all the way through to the end with everything in between. I want to help inspire you with your creativity and your ability to tell your story how you want to tell it. So today what I'm going to be talking to you about is character motivation. Now, what I'm specifically going to be referencing is a thing that actors do. So you probably, if you haven't worked with actors, you'll have probably seen it on TV shows and documentaries, where actors will say, "What's my motivation?" Because when they go into a scene, your actors need to know why the thing they are pursuing matters. Because all good storytelling has every single character in a scene in pursuit of a goal. It could be something very, very simple, like they want to go out for food and they want to pick a restaurant. Super mundane, super simple, but they still want something. Or it's something really big, like they want to kill the monster that is invading from space. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as they want something. And the reason for this is if your characters don't want anything, that means they are just living. And just living isn't a story. You don't join your characters at any point in their lives. You join them now because of they're doing something. And this is true of all your characters. Everybody needs to want something, which is why the question, "What's my motivation?" is such a very commonly occurring one. Why does your character want what they want now? And now this can be something really big. It can be a backstory that you have to explore. Something that has happened to them in their history that has led them to the point where what they're in pursuit of matters in some really deep way. In which case, you have to look at how your character responds and try and translate that for your audience. Now, that doesn't mean giving a big, long speech. Like, I'm not saying pause the screen and have them narrate, "Back when I was 15, this so-and-so happened, and now I want..." No, don't do that. But have how they communicate with other people and how they go about trying to get what they want. Tell you enough. Tell you that something has happened in their history that is motivating them now. Because if you can give that to your audience, that character will feel more real. They'll feel like they have this whole life and that what they're in pursuit of now truly matters. And if it truly matters to your character, it will matter then to your audience. Because if there's no real reason your character wants something, other than you need to tell a story, and you know that motivation matters, you know being in pursuit of a goal matters, so you sent them after a goal, but there's no real reason they want it, you just know they need to want something, that character kind of feels flat. And you're like, but why? Why does this matter? Why do I care as the audience whether or not this person gets what they want? Because if you can't show your audience why they care about whether this character gets what they want or not, why are they going to care? They won't care. And if they don't care about what happens in your story, why are they going to stick with your story? They'll put your book down and walk away. They'll turn your film off. Because what's the point? If your character doesn't care for any real reason, your audience won't care for any real reason. And getting your audience to care is so important, and so much of that care comes from the character motivation. So if it is in the back, in the past, find a way to communicate that something is there. And you could explore it through flashbacks, or by a conversation they have with somebody else, or just in the way they communicate and how they talk to other people. Just show people that something has happened that is still with them. And it's up to you how you do it. Every way works as long as you do it. Alternatively, it's something that has only occurred in your story. So something has happened that has triggered this in them, that now they want it, but they hadn't really thought about it before. So you need to be able to then track it back through your story. At what point did that become an active motivation? Now, for your protagonist, this would usually be at the inciting incident. So you have them living their life for a short period of time. Then the inciting incident triggers the change that sends them on their journey. And I'll put a link because there's more to say on that. But basically, your inciting incident triggers them starting their story. It sends them in pursuit of their goal, and that is when your story begins. So if it is that, make sure that whatever it is that happens at the inciting incident, as you follow it through the story, you can trace it back. You can see it. It's present all the time. It's with them all the time. That is what they're doing in your story. That is their motivation in every single scene. Even if something else is like a bigger motivation in that moment, so finding somebody to talk to about the inciting incident, finding the person to talk to for information or whatever will be the pressing motivation in that moment. But it's because of the inciting incident. It's because of the original motivation. What my motivation is as the character has to be present all the way through this scene. And so that is why actors ask it, because they need to be able to portray it. So if you're writing a script, not a book, you need your actors to be able to either look wistfully at a character they want, say, or respond emotionally to things because that aren't necessarily in the words they're saying. Because somebody can long for something whilst talking normally, but their body language is how it's presented. And you either need to do that through your actors if you're writing a play or a film, or you need to do it through your description and your body language writing if you're doing a book. But so much of what your character wants is who they are, why you're following their story. It's the point. It's what will make your audience care, and it's what will make your story matter. So always ask yourself that actor question, but of your character, what's my motivation? Every single scene you go into it, why are they doing what they're doing? Why do they care? What's motivating them? And if they have no motivation, if they are just in that scene, just la-di-da-di-da, nothing's going on, I'm just hanging out, change it. Scenes with no motivation are flat, boring, pointless scenes. Give them something they care about, give them something they want, and give them something they are in pursuit of. What's my motivation should be at the core of every scene you start, because then they will be active and interesting. And active, interesting characters are good characters. So thank you very much for watching another one of my videos. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you go to my website, jjbarnes.co.uk, over there you will find links to all of my work, all of my writing advice blogs, everything like that. You'll also find links to my books and my film and or just all my social media, everything like that. You can come chat to me about writing on Twitters and Facebooks and Instagrams. If you subscribe to this channel, I'm putting out a video every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9:30 in the morning. I'm referencing pop culture things or breaking apart a theory or a technique, something to hopefully help you and inspire you with your storytelling. Also, drop me a comment below. Talk to me about your character motivation and your work in progress right now. What is it your character wants and how are you infusing that into their scenes? Because I would love to know. So thank you very much for watching another one of my videos, and I will be back again soon. Bye.